What's going on, guys? I'm Journey, back with a thoughts video, this time on Sonic Frontiers. Sonic is literally one of my favorite franchises of all time. I grew up with it. My first system was a Sega Genesis, and it's been a different trip for Sonic throughout that process. And this game is a little bit special for me because it's kind of like a return, or at least a breath of fresh air, I should say. And what do I mean about that? Well, let's first start with the story. The story. Sonic and friends, they end up going to some place. They just end on a plane. Things happen. Sonic ends up in a whole new world dimension, and there you start your playthrough. You're going through the stage, and once you come out from that stage, you complete it. You end up in this whole new world and this local fauna and just a lot of just stuff that's just here. And you don't really know what to make of it. But as you continue to progress through your story, you come to find out that there's certain events that are happening around. Like, for instance, there's a war going on, or at least there was a war that taking place. You meet things like Cocos, and Cocos, what they do is they help you to level up. Your friends are captured, and there are things to collect to help you unlock more of the story, helping your friends along the way. And even more so, as you continue on, you'll see returning faces: Knuckles, Eggman, Tails, Amy. And there's a fishing minigame that I'm very happy to say that is not annoying to play. It is literally the most easiest minigame I've ever played, but it's fun, it's engaging, it's rewarding, and the music that plays there, I feel like it's more like lo-fi. I'm thinking that may be the term. I'm an old head, so excuse me for saying it, but it doesn't overstay its welcome, and it's wonderful to hear, and then just allows me to continue to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. The story is great. I enjoyed it. Now, for the gameplay itself, it is, think of it this way. It's like jumping back into Sonic Adventure for the first time, but it's open world with the quality of Sonic Generations and the fun of the daytime stages in Sonic Unleashed. Because contrary to popular opinion, those things were fun. I had so much fun with that game. The daytime stages in Unleashed, I had a lot of fun with that. You put all that in together in like a nice basket, and you'll have Sonic Frontiers, which is an open world playground. There's boosters. There's a lot of stuff to make Sonic go fast, and Sonic is fast within himself. You could collect a bunch of rings to get a speed boost if you would, and that will let you go like zoom, zoom, vroom, vroom, vroom. It is crazy how fast you can go into this game. The combat, yes, it's Halo Jank. Yeah, it's a little bit of jank. You know, it is what it is, but it's not crazy. I kind of attest that to the speed in which you are going and moving. But for the most part, there's different types of enemies: flying enemies, land type enemies, mini bosses. The list is very vast. And you will be fighting a lot of things over and over again as you go through your adventure. Some of them will drop gears that will allow you to unlock more stages, that will allow you to progress the stories. And once you complete those stories, you'll get keys that will help you unlock Chaos Emeralds. And from there, once you get all six, every island has their set of Chaos Emeralds. You get your six on the island, you go over and you fight the Titan there. The Titan will have the last one. Boom, you could go into this next phase to actually go ahead and complete that island. So the process in itself, its core, is most definitely fun. And let's say I played the game from start to finish. 100% of it. It only took me about 31, 32 hours to do at least about that. Maybe somebody might be shorter, maybe somebody might be longer, but there's a lot of collectibles you can find, from little stuff that give you more of the story from an Eggman's perspective, to getting more Cocos to further level up Sonic, to getting gold tickets that will help you use an alternative as opposed to using coins to get more rewards. So yes, it is very, very deep within the system itself. You can level Sonic up from his speed to his power to his defense to his ring capacity, which is very good, by the way. Defense and ring capacity is very good, by the way. But obviously, it's all about speed. So think of it as a open world action Sonic that has some slight RPG elements to it because of the level up system. Now, there are some knocks I can give to it, mainly with the level up system. Unlike your power and defense, where you can collect the stuff necessary and have it jump from, let's say, if you start from 1, you can have it jump to 20 if you collect it enough. But for something like, I think maybe for speed and ring capacity, you have to do it 1 by 1. And that becomes so annoying. That process is long. It is so long because you're just clicking 1 by 1 as opposed to going from, let's say, a 1 to a 20, right? So there's that. The other thing I can knock is not the gameplay itself, but there's some little mini stages, or I should say mini games. In those in particular, one, it kind of shows itself up and it leads up towards where you get to the end credits at. The end credits was fine. I enjoyed it. But it's the process leading to it that I just kind of had a real big beef and issue with, because the game was so grand to end it, or at least play it out the way that they had it. Just didn't do it for me in that kind of perspective. It was kind of a bit of a letdown. Some of the QTE sequences where you have to press the button prompt does change, but it's not consistent with the rest of the game. So it kind of throw you off for a loop. But overall though, outside of those little small things, the game is freaking amazing. The gameplay is wonderful. The story is pretty dope. The music is perfect. The music does not overstay its welcome. It doesn't feel unnecessary. It doesn't feel like it drags. They do a perfect loop when you're, especially into your battles. And it just sounds, everything is just so fluid, and it just gets you engaged and more into the experience, and it just keeps riding on. It's like this never-ending train. Now, I've gotten a chance to see other publications and the review scores for stuff like this, and no disrespect to anybody, I try not to be that guy, but this game deserves no less than an 8, and everything more than that. So where I have it ranked, for me, this is my game of the year of 2022, as where it stands. And I think if you have not gotten a chance to play it, I think you're doing yourself a big disservice. There are people that dislike Sonic for every reason. There are people who have this awkward, unrealistic expectation of what Sonic needs to be. But all Sonic is, and all it has been, and probably all of what it will be, is the game you get in there, you go fast, and you have fun. That's the way how I look at it. So, that's my thoughts on Sonic Frontiers. Make sure you take care of yourselves and each other, and I hope to catch you guys on the next one. Go out and buy the dang on game. Come on now. Have a good one, y'all. See you on the next one.